Hi, welcome to SGR Sports Picks. We are the Odds Couple. He's Mike Brenner. I'm Peter Loshak. This is the College Basketball Odds Couple show for Thursday, March 2nd. We are going to be joined once again by Ross Benjamin from RBWins.com. A lot of games, Mike Brenner. I only had a chance to crunch about half the games today.
Okay,
so,
before you get into that, yesterday, bad beat sometime. I had Michigan. There was 1.7 seconds left. They're tied, and I'll be damned. Hail Mary, but you got to live and die with those. You got to accept it. The ball rolls that way. Also, you know what? Hey, how about that Vermont game? I'm glad I talked you off that ledge because that one guy that did not play,
huge deal.
He's a big contributor. No, they're picking up some momentum. But you know what? Today, I see some angles, I see some edges, and I just love doing these videos with Ross to find out what he likes.
That sounds good. Yes, we'll hear what Ross has to say in a few seconds. Mike Brenner, I'm looking down the slate of games. I only got to crunch about half of them, but I have a pick. I'll just start off with since I only have a few picks today. The one that yesterday, this might be, I don't know. Yesterday, Mike Brenner, there was one pick that I was really liking. You wound up on it yourself. It was Richmond. It cashed easily, although I also wound up taking the first half, which wound up losing by a point. But
you
all right,
halved everything.
Yeah, but in general, it was a strong pick, and I got another one that I'm feeling a similar way about. It feels a little bit obvious on paper, but then I looked at it a little bit more, and I was like, no, I like it, and it's going to be UTSA at home against Charlotte. It's right now it's a 1 point spread.
And you've had a good feel on Charlotte. And real quick, yesterday when I said that about Vermont, you gave me that look. The reason is that was the first half was my power pick. I went 2-0 in the power picks yesterday.
Very nice.
But that
Awesome.
was the edge that they had. And guess what? This one you're talking about right now, I kind of went deep into this one too.
You did.
Keep talking, Pete. Let me hear what you got to say. Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So at first glance, Charlotte 2-7 ATS out of their last 9. They have not been covering. UTSA 5-2-1 ATS out of their last 8. They have been covering. Charlotte also 2-8 ATS on the road. UTSA 6-1-1 ATS at home. So I was wondering why this line is so low. I looked into it, couldn't quite find anything that indicated to me there's anything wrong with UTSA. So I decided that's going to be a play. What do you think? Do you have any deep research?
I really think that this is a game they may sit down. They may overlook
UTSA.
Yes.
Really?
I think that's why the line, because I just do momentum, and they're looking a little bit more forward, Pete. But still, what I'm doing, I'm pulling the trigger on the first half with UTSA. I think they're going to come out early, and then I think this could be like the kind of game where the second half you just don't see them as motivated. I don't know why, but I'm pulling the trigger on the first half. It's one of my plays.
All right, so we're in agreement again. All right.
Absolutely.
You're taking the first half, and I'm going to take the first half and the full game as well.
What's the best shot line on that half?
Well, let me see. The first half is okay. Well, listen. This happened yesterday with Richmond, and it turned out that we were correct, even though the friggin' first half didn't cash. But let's see. Let's see. UTSA. The first half is going to be minus a half. Minus a half. Minus 108, and I'm also going to. I will take that, and I'm also going to take the full game at -1, minus 106.
All right, Pistol. I like it. We're starting.
I think
off
that
on the
might
same
be.
page.
Yeah, I think that might be a decent sign. What else do you have for us, Mike Brenner?
Okay, let's get started then. I want to dig in. I'm going to go the best shop line for Colorado versus Stanford on the full game, Pistol.
Okay.
The best shop line.
For Colorado.
Yep,
one second. All right, Colorado. Let me just minus 4.5 at Bookmaker and Bet DSI. Oh no, at minus 110 at the Greek. Minus 4.5, minus 110 at the Greek.
That's what I'm going with. I just think that home court advantage is going to play into this, and Stanford going up in the altitudes, I think they're going to struggle, and I like this one. I'm really feeling good about it. I'm looking. This could be a double-digit win.
All right, nice, Mike Brenner. All right, so let me give another one now. I gave UTSA, which was my I think probably my top play of the card. Okay. Then another game that we did discuss with Ross Benjamin yesterday, and that's the UTEP game.
Or was that Jumpin' Joe Gavassi?
I'm sorry, right, Jumpin' Joe Gavassi. Sorry, excuse me for
problem.
that. ODU has covered 4 in a row. 3 of them by margins, but UTSA has covered 11 in a row. 2 out of their last 3 by double digits or something like that. UTEP, an absolute ATS juggernaut.
Pete, you were the one that said that train. I'm not jumping off that train because it's cashing.
We had someone ask on our live show if you after they had covered like 5 or 6 in a row, I thought that train was going to continue. I said yes, and it has.
Yep.
And I think,
how can you not? How could you?
Well,
not?
because Old Dominion has had 4 straight really, really nice games in a row.
Yep.
But go ahead, Ross Benjamin.
If I could interject,
go ahead, jump in.
That's the UTEP team that started the year 2-13.
Exactly.
Since that time, 11-2 straight up and 12-0 against the spread. So their only 2 losses in that stretch came by 3 and 1 point. respectively. So
yeah, Ross, whatever Tim Floyd did mentally to get into those players' heads, it worked because they're buying what he's selling. And I'm telling you, some people, a friend of mine thinks it's a fluke, but I said, hey, until that damn train crashes, there's no fluke there.
Yeah.
And that's with all due respect to ODU.
Yeah. Strong team.
Once the conference schedule started, the light went on with those kids.
Yeah.
Whatever
All right, well, I'll throw it on there. UTEP. I'm just going to take the full game plus 2.5 minus 106. I hope I don't get burned by not taking the first half. If UTEP cashes the first half and loses the full game, that'll be classic. Because I've been snake bit this year. Yeah, I've been snake bit this year. But I'll throw that one on as well. Mike Brenner, what else do you have?
Okay, here we go. I like this one. And again, I can't wait till we get Ross's opinion on these. And Ross, if you have anything to say about these games, please jump in. SMU versus Tulsa. I like the Mustangs on the first half. I think they're going to come out early and often. Pistol Pete, what's that best shop line?
All right, for SMU, of course, SMU has been is 18-5 ATS overall on the year.
I don't think they're getting as much respect as they
first
deserve.
half, is 9.5 minus 108.
And I'm comfortable with it. I'm looking at a 12 to 13 point lead or more, so I'm going to take the minus 9.5.
Yeah, that one is a tricky one because Tulsa has had some really bad results recently. The last 3 road games were all major losses, not even against necessarily top teams in the conference, and they already played SMU once and lost by 23 at home. So
Ross, I wanted to ask you about that. This is tournament time. SMU still has that footprint of Larry Brown from back in the day. What's your thoughts on SMU first half?
Well, in the first half, I'm not a first half bettor, but I mean, I think that if you put the proverbial gun to my head, I certainly would take SMU. I could see them being up by a sizable margin at the half and winning this by a sizable margin. I'm not a proponent of laying a number, as both of you guys know. I could tell you this, that I agree with both of you. I think SMU is an undervalued team, even though they're a large favorite this time. I mean that in terms of coming to the NCAA tournament, the upcoming NCAA tournament. As a matter of fact, I did an article for SBR last week in which they were one of my 4 teams that I said could be a possible sleeper to get to the Final Four.
Ooh, I like that because I feel the same way. Good stuff, Ross. Good stuff.
All right, Mike Brown, do you have anything else you want to add on?
I'm going to go with Minnesota versus Nebraska on the full game.
Wow, okay.
And I like this. I think talent is going to just overwhelm. I think Pitino's going to do the job, get them going. These guys are starting to get focused, and they've got this team's number, I believe, on this day. So what's the best shop line on that full game,
Yeah,
Pistol?
Minnesota has covered 6 out of their last 7, and you want Minnesota here.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, let me just find this line. So many damn games. All
I
right,
know there's so many. You love it, though.
It was 8.5 on the overnight. Now it's down to 7.5.
Okay,
So you give you
that
7.5
move does
minus
not bother me
106.
a bit. I think they're going to get it done. They're going to get it done comfortably.
Nebraska off of 2 margin ATS losses, and again, Minnesota really impressive. All right, I got a couple other picks.
That's all I've got for my picks.
I got a couple others that I'm thinking about, but first let's go to Ross Benjamin. He's got some underdogs for this massive card. Let's see what Ross Benjamin has for us. Ross Benjamin, I guessed a bunch of your underdogs yesterday, but today I've only crunched half the card, so maybe they might come from the bottom of the card. I'm going to guess, though. I'm going to guess that one of Ross Benjamin's underdog plays, maybe both, is either Houston plus 8 at Cincinnati or South Florida getting a bunch of points at home against UCF. Ross Benjamin, what do you have for us today?
You're not as sharp today.
Okay.
But,
all right.
You know what? You were pretty damn good yesterday, my friend. Not only guessing what my underdogs were, but also with your picks yourself.
Yeah, St. Louis, we knew that was a great call.
To you, my man. All right, so let's start with Rice at Marshall, Pete.
Okay.
Here's a Rice team that's gone 7-1 straight up in ATS in their last 8 games, including 3-0 straight up in ATS in their last 3 on the road. Marshall very good at home, guys, 12-2, but 2 of those losses have come in their last 3 home games. This is a Marshall team. They like to go up and down the floor, high-scoring games all over the place, but they play virtually matador defense, for lack of a better phrase. 3-5 in their last 8 overall. I'm going to take Rice here plus the 3 over Marshall, guys.
All right, we did discuss this one yesterday with Joe Gavazzi, and he liked Marshall. So you guys are sort of going head to head. It's now up to 3, though.
And I got to lean with Ross because I've got burnt by Marshall and a D'Antoni coach team. The defense is absolutely optional, and I totally agree. They're running up and down that court like a bunch of just wild men, but when it comes time to buckle down on the first, for a half-court defense, when it's pressure time, they do not do it. And as of late, all right, this team scares me. It's one that I just have to stay away from.
All right, so Ross Benjamin going to take. We're going to give you 3 on that one. Okay. The line has moved a little bit. What else do you have for us, Ross Benjamin?
Florida Atlantic goes to UAB tonight. Conference USA battle. Look it. FAU has been a much better road team than they have been at home. Case in point, they're 4-1 straight up in ATS in their last 5 on the road. And let's not forget, they went to Ohio State earlier this season as a 20-point underdog and defeated the Buckeyes outright in that game. You look at UAB lately, 1-6 in their last 7 and dropped 4 in a row. I'm going to take FAU here plus the 9 at UAB this evening.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. UAB 2-5 ATS in their last 7, but they do have a good ATS record overall. But
that's
FAU
a lot of points,
9-2 ATS
they're not afraid
on the
to go on the
road.
road. The
line though has gone down a bit, so we're going to have to give Ross Benjamin plus 8.5, plus 101 though. Oh no, actually it's still 9 at Heritage. There is a 9 there.
There is
still.
a 9.
Okay, and at 5 times. Okay, so a couple of 9s are still around. So we can give you 9 minus 110. Ross Benjamin, what else do you want to give for us today?
All right, here we're going to go with an under-the-radar game tonight. The Atlantic Sun quarterfinals. I was joking with Pete yesterday about those little conference teams. And yeah, Frostburg State did beat Slippery Rock. So that was another winner by Pete Loshak. North Florida goes to Lipscomb tonight. North Florida, Pete, they've beat this team twice already this season, 93-82 and 90-84. You may say, well, you know what? Lipscomb's going to be playing with big-time revenge, double revenge. But they may very well be able to revenge those 2 losses. But I just think this number is a bit too high. And those 2 wins against Lipscomb, North Florida, they shot 56% from the field, 43% from the three-point line. And, Lipscomb, this is a team, guys, that they rely heavily on their three-point shooting, and they do it in volume. And they average 28 three-point attempts per game. And sometimes you can live by the sword and die by the sword. And in those 2 losses against North Florida, they went 19 for 73 from the three-point line. That's just 26%. I don't know, guys. It's hard for me to imagine that North Florida having their number during the regular season and it's going to get blown out tonight all of a sudden. I'm going to take them plus the 9.5 I got, Pete, at Heritage.
Yeah.
You may want me to give me an update on that.
Sure, 9.5 minus 114.
You know what? And I got to jump in there because that's a hell of a high number. And I know it's hard to beat any team 3 times in 1 year. They say it every year during this time. But those numbers Ross just threw out, 17 out of 67 or whatever from three-point land, you're not going to fix that automatically in the 3rd time you're facing that team. What the hell is wrong with this line? That's got me scratching my head.
And it's odd that it's going up a little bit. But I looked at that as one game that I actually did look into. I was very, very much aware of the 3-point numbers that Ross just quoted, and I agreed with it, and I will go on it myself as well.
Pull that trigger!
And I'll take them on the first half as well.
Why not? What the hell?
I'm sorry, Ross?
That a boy, Pete.
Yeah, yes. Okay, you have anything else for us, Ross Benjamin?
I'm all good.
Okay. All right. So now let me review. Let me go over a bunch of picks that I'm also thinking about giving.
Here we go. This is when it all gets started. I love it.
I'm also thinking about taking Radford. I liked him at 5. Now it's down to 4.5 against Liberty. I will throw that one on there, plus 4.5, and I'll throw them on there on the first half as well. Now let's see. What else do we have here?
You can't stop them. You can only hope to contain them.
Another one I was thinking about was Western Kentucky at minus 11. Western Kentucky. This is one of those situations where they're not a top team, so when they have a chance for a blowout, which they could get here, I think they'll go for it. So I'll take Western Kentucky minus 11.
Unbelievable.
What, you like that one?
No, it's just amazing. You got to be single because there's no way a woman's going to put up with you crunching numbers like that all through the damn night.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely. And and I didn't even get to crunch half of the.
And that's why you seem a little depressed about that today.
Yes, I am. I wish I had gotten to. I'm also definitely leaning Bucknell, but I'm going to hold off on that one.
I'm going to watch that game.
And let me see. I guess. You know what? I guess that's about it. That's about it.
Come on down. Come on down, Pete.
Okay, that's about it. I'll hold off on that. I've given those are all the picks that I'll give today. Okay, Ross Benjamin, you've given us some nice calls on some underdogs.
As
Mike
usual.
Brenner, you feeling good about your picks today?
I'm feeling real good about it. I've got Colorado on the full game. I got SMU on the first half. I got Minnesota on the full game. And UTSA on the first half minus a half. Pistol Pete and I took that one to the bank yesterday. You know what, though? It's March Madness. After it all calms down, I would love somehow, some way for us to get together with Ross Benjamin and have a nice glass of wine.
Maybe I'll make that flight to Costa Rica. As long as you guys take me out for a couple of cocktails.
You just show up, and it's a done deal. Trust me on that. And I mean it. I can't wait till we do it. But in the meantime, we got a job to do, and we got to whoop that bookie's ass again in March Madness, and we're on our way with Ross Benjamin to the bank.
Ross Benjamin, let's wrap up. Give a quick plug for rbwins.com.
rbwins.com. That's where you can get all the games that I personally wager on myself and also that my paying clients receive. That's rbwins.com, where you pay a little to make a lot.
All right, thanks, Ross.
Absolutely. Ross, thanks a lot. And to the viewers out there, I want you to know, underdogs, this guy holds the edge. He does it consistently year in and year out. So do yourself a favor, check out his website. Ross, have a great day.
Thank you, guys.
Well, this episode of The Odds Couple is over. But if you give us a like and click SBR's logo at the bottom of the screen to subscribe, then you'll get all the upcoming videos as soon as they come out. And don't forget to take advantage of our website. There's free picks, live betting lines, and sportsbook reviews and ratings guides, and a whole lot more. Check it out now.